Hello guys! In this video, I will explain about cursed weapons, how they work and the best way to create them in Tactics Ogre Reborn. If you like the Ogre Battle Saga, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Many interesting videos are being prepared. If you want to help the channel, we have the fund to rebuild the Kingdom of Zenobia. You can donate an amount through the thanks button that is just below the video. If you intend to buy the game, you can also use our affiliate link on Amazon, which helps us a lot. I'll leave it in the video description. Without further ado, let's get down to business. The cursed weapons are weapons that can be dropped in the Palace of the Dead from floor 51 and that are initially identified as weak, but their secret is the innate ability of these equipment that can make them the best weapons in the game. They have the Snapdragon ability, a powerful draconic spell sealed within them, which when used creates a powerful elemental weapon at the cost of permanently sacrificing the caster unit. All the attributes and extra abilities of the new weapon created are dependent on the attributes of the sacrificed character, including the equipment that such character is using at the moment influence the RT of the weapon, for example. Each of the 17 different types of weaponry has its own cursed version and places to obtain it, as shown in the table below. You can have up to 5 copies of each cursed weapon in your inventory. Any amount above that will be automatically sold. Regarding the attributes of the created weapon, there will be a bonus in all the main attributes based on a complex formula, an elemental affinity modifier, a damage type modifier, and a racial modifier that depends on the sacrificed character, and finally the RT of the weapon. Therefore, the stronger the character is, the stronger the weapon created from this method will be. In the original version of Tactics Ogre, Let Us Cling Together, depending on the class your character was in, when he gained a new level he would receive different attributes in his status. In Reborn it is different. Most of the attributes received by gaining a level are practically identical regardless of class, making little difference in the maximum level, with the exception of 2 attributes, HP and MP. So, to get the most out of cursed weapons, it's recommended to train the character that will be sacrificed to get as much HP or MP as possible between level 1 and 50, depending on the attribute between these 2 that you intend to prioritize. It makes no difference if you use charms or training to level up the character. The difference in final attributes is negligible. The classes that raise the most HP when they level up are Warrior and Knight. The classes that raise the most MP when they level up are Wizard and Cleric. Classes that moderately raise both HP and MP when leveling up are Rune Fencer and Ninja. So, if for example you want to prioritize HP bonuses on a cursed weapon, train a recruit from level 1 to 50 with the Warrior or Knight class. Having made preparations for the character to be sacrificed, you must equip him with only the cursed weapon and no equipment other than that. If you have the Firecrest item, you can equip it to that character to lower the RT of the weapon being crafted. This is the only beneficial item for this process. Another important detail is that, if the character to be used has its own page in the Warren report, after the transformation it will appear as dead in the Warren report, so be aware of that. The final weapon, in addition to the attribute bonuses, will have one of the 3 possible types of damage type modifiers, which are crushing, slashing, or piercing. A modifier against any of the 9 races, human, reptile, beast, dragon, golem, umbra, divine, fairy, or phantom. And an elemental modifier among the 8 possible elements, fire, water, wind, earth, lightning, ice, darkness, or light. The elemental modifier that will be chosen is random among all elements, while the damage type modifier and the counter race modifier depend on the sacrificed character's class, as shown in the following table. As each class has a limitation on which weapon it can use, you are also limited in the bonuses that each weapon can present to be created. In my opinion, you should prioritize classes with the lowest RT possible so that the weapon also has a low RT increase when used. With that in mind, these are the best classes to use to make each cursed weapon. Remembering that you must change the character to the class for the sacrifice only after you are at the maximum level with the character, you will train him to potentiate the bonus of HP and MP before, remember? Also, if possible, equip the Firecrest item on the character before the sacrifice, as it further decreases the character's RT. For the Cursed Dagger, the best class to be using the skill is Ninja. The created weapon may have the crushing or slashing bonus and a modifier against human or reptile. For the one-handed cursed sword, the best class to be using the skill is Rune Fencer. The created weapon can have the crushing or slashing bonus and a modifier against human, golem, fairy, or divine. For the two-handed cursed sword, the best class to be using the skill is Dragoon. The created weapon will have the piercing bonus and a modifier against dragons. For the Cursed Axe, the best class to be using the skill is Dragoon. The created weapon will have the piercing bonus and a modifier against dragons. For Cursed Hammer, the best class to be using the skill is Beast Tamer. The created weapon may have the crushing, slashing, or piercing bonus and a modifier against beast or dragon. For the Cursed Spear, the best class to be using the skill is Rune Fencer. The created weapon can have the crushing or slashing bonus and a modifier against human, golem, fairy, or divine. For Cursed Whip, the best class to be using the skill is Beast Tamer. The created weapon may have the crushing, slashing, or piercing bonus and a modifier against beast or dragon. For Cursed Fists, the best class to be using the skill is Beast Tamer. The created weapon may have the crushing, slashing, or piercing bonus and a modifier against beast or dragon. For the one-handed cursed katana, the only class to be using the skill is Ninja. The created weapon may have the crushing or slashing bonus and a modifier against human or reptile. For the two-handed cursed katana, the only class to be using the skill is Swordmaster. The created weapon will have a slashing bonus and a modifier against human or reptile. For the cursed cudgel, the best class to be using the skill is Necromancer. The created weapon may have the crushing, slashing, or piercing bonus and a modifier against phantom. For the cursed spellbook, the only class to be using the skill is Warlock. The weapon created may have the crushing, slashing, or piercing bonus and a modifier against golem. For the cursed bowl, the only class to be using the skill is Archer. The created weapon will have the piercing bonus and a modifier against human or divine. For Cursed Crossbow, the best class to be using the skill is Archer. The created weapon will have the piercing bonus and a modifier against human or divine. For Cursed Blowgun, the best class to be using the skill is Ninja. The created weapon may have the crushing or slashing bonus and a modifier against human or reptile. For the Cursed Fusel, the only class to be using the skill is Fusilier. The created weapon may have the crushing or piercing bonus and a modifier against human or dragon. For the Cursed Instrument, the only class to be using the skill is Songstress. The created weapon will have the crushing bonus and a modifier against beast, dragon, umbra, or phantom. One final comment on this subject. The Cursed Cudgel and Cursed Spellbook are not worth doing as the resulting weapon is two-handed, with no extra abilities, being outclassed by one-handed weapons for classes that use it. Also, a lot of the attack bonuses are dispersed since the characters that tend to use these weapons don't attack physically or with special attacks or don't focus on that, situations where a weapon like this would make a lot of difference. The same goes for the Cursed Instrument. Alright, now you know everything you need about cursed weapons in Tactics Ogre Reborn. Celebrate by leaving a like and subscribing to this channel for more videos from the Ogre Battle Saga. Thank you and see you next time.